Hello everyone, Kent here. Today I want to explain why buying a home in your 20s can be a smart move, even if you've planned to wait until you're 30. Actually, I want to explain why buying sooner at almost any age is better than waiting. This could be one of the best financial decisions you ever make. A lot of people in their 20s say, I'll buy a house when I'm 30, maybe when I'm 35. And that sounds responsible, but waiting can be very expensive. Waiting just a few years could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So stick with me. We'll look at real numbers, we'll talk about home values, down payment help, and why owning your own place really matters. Let's get started. We'll start with the facts. Home prices usually go up over time. On average, over the last 30 years, home prices have appreciated 3.9% per year. That number sounds small, 3.9%, but it adds up fast. Let's look at an example. Say you buy a starter home today for $300,000. Now imagine you wait 6 years. If prices keep growing at the same pace, that same home would cost about $380,000 6 years later. That's an $80,000 increase. That $80,000 could have been yours. It could have been equity in your home, and instead you'd miss out on it by waiting. And remember, during those years, you still needed a place to live, so you likely paid rent all that time. Homes usually go up in value and build your net worth. That's the 3.9% appreciation we just talked about. Your net worth increases as that happens. As you make rent payments, it actually lowers your net worth. It's money going out of your household in exchange for something expendable, rented housing. So there's a huge difference between 1, making payments on a home you own, or 2, paying rent and making payments for a home someone else owns. Now let's talk about mortgage payments. When you own a home, part of every payment goes toward the loan balance. It's called principal. Every month, your loan gets smaller as you pay more principal and your equity grows. It gets bigger. When you rent, that doesn't happen. You get a place to live for the month for sure, but that's it. 100% of your payment goes to the landlord. None of it goes to you. No appreciation, no equity, no wealth building. Yes, the landlord might handle your repairs, but you're actually paying for those repairs in your rent. So financially, renting does nothing for you over the long term. Some people say, what if I invest my money instead of buying a house? That sounds smart, but it ignores one big thing. You still have to pay rent. Your rent money can't be invested. It's going out the door. It's already gone. When you buy a home, you pay a monthly housing cost, but now you also own an asset. And that asset usually grows over time, like our 3.9% $80,000 example. Don't get me wrong. Whether you rent or you own, you should still invest money each month. Don't stop saving. But the idea that renting lets you invest more is often not true. In fact, rent payments often cost more than house payments for the same home. Now let's talk about the biggest fear that I hear when I talk with my clients. I don't have $50,000 or $60,000 for a down payment. I get it. If you're at the beginning of your savings journey, that number might be impossible. But here's the truth. You probably don't need that much. You don't need the traditional 20% down to buy a home these days. There are loans made for first-time home buyers. In fact, with a conventional loan, you can put down as little as 3% of the purchase price. On a $300,000 home, that's $9,000. You'll have some closing costs to add on to that for sure, but it's much easier than $60,000. Now, if your credit score is lower, it might be hard to get a conventional loan, but there's another option. You can use an FHA loan. FHA loans are more flexible with credit and they only require 3.5% down. And then if you have military service and you qualify for a VA loan, you could have 0 down payment and still buy a home. And if you need some money for down payment, family members can help you. They can gift you money for a home purchase. Sometimes they can even co-sign on your loan. Many states and cities offer down payment help. We have a program at our bank where we offer $10,000 in down payment help across 44 states. I have a video about this program and I'll link it down below. Grants like ours can cover most or all of your down payment. That means you can buy years sooner than you thought. So look up first-time homebuyer grants in your state or reach out to me and ask about ours. It's free money, or at least it's very cheap money, and it's meant to help you buy a home. Now let's move past the numbers. Owning a home has value beyond money. When you rent, your landlord makes the rules. Want to paint the walls? Probably not. Want a dog? Maybe, but with extra fees and not too big. Want to remodel? No chance. At the end of each lease term, your rent can go up. And if the owner sells, you might have to leave. When you own, things are different. You want to paint a wall? Do it. You want to replace carpet with wood floors? Go for it. It's your home, it's your project, it's your space. Owning gives you freedom and control. It gives you stability, and it often gives you more privacy. And let's be real, buying your first home feels great. It's a big win. It shows independence, it gives you a strong base for your future. There are lots of non-financial benefits. So what now? If you're convinced with what you've just heard and you think buying now makes sense, here are your next steps. Number one, check your credit score. Try to have at least a 620 score for an FHA loan and usually a 660 score for a conventional loan. Higher scores almost always get better interest rates. Number two, start saving now. Build an emergency fund, start a home fund too. Number three, research down payment programs. Look for programs in your area. If you're in one of our 44 states, you can set up a call with me. These programs change often, so keep yourself updated. Number four, talk to a lender. This is huge. A good lender will tell you what you qualify for. They can help you prepare now and to aim in the right direction as you get ready to buy a house. Don't assume that you can or that you can't afford a home. Call one of us and find out for sure. Number five, learn as much as you can. Watch other videos like this one. If you do decide you want to buy a home now, one of the first things you'll need to do is get mortgage pre-approval. You can watch this video right here to learn more about how to do that. If you want to talk, just use the link below to book a free call with me.